Hello, I'm Svitek, 360 Creative Coach, and in this episode, I want to talk about grief as part of gratitude. Now, that might be a weird thing to say, but let me give it some context and kind of work my way up to it. So, one of the things is, as I've observed it, we haven't had, as a nation in America, the ability to mourn. The loss of just things around us, right? So the people that have died from COVID-19, the people that have died during this pandemic that is unrelated, like the fact that, funerals couldn't happen really. I mean, they did happen, but they were social distancing and you had to minimize who went and so forth. Some people, couldn't want to take the risk of flying and so forth. That's a big tragedy, right? You don't even get to have a true funeral. People have died that couldn't have people by their bedside because of precaution and worry. Also, just the sheer fact of the economic loss, the job loss. These are all things that we have lost, and yet we haven't really grieved about these things. We haven't had the ability to mourn. And so as I thought about it, I was like, okay, I wanted to make it part of my practice to really think about this every single day. And in a way, I wanted to, because people die every day, right? It's not like the pandemic brought about death. People died, tremendous amounts of people died every single day before any of this. And yet, I certainly didn't think about that. And so I really want to take the time for myself each and every day to really stop and think about, wow, there's been a huge loss for somebody out there. And by doing that, I can honor those people and kind of, at least in my mind, right? I can really kind of consider them. And if you believe, I don't necessarily believe in this stuff, but people talk about spiritual energy and so forth. If me thinking about them adds spiritual energy to the world, then great. But the big part of it is also then it just makes me appreciate what I have a lot more. It nourishes my gratitude practice, because when I look at the context of my life and how well I have it, the fact that I lived for another day. Right? None of us are truly guaranteed tomorrow. And that's a sad fact of life. I mean, most of us expect to live till we're very old. And, there's a statistic for every 4 years that you live, you can tack on another year to your life expectancy because of the advancements of medicine and so forth, technology. But, that's a statistic. That's not necessarily a given. And so, I think what I think about it when I think about it in this terms, it's a twofold. I get to honor the people that have been lost, but I also, it makes me appreciate what I have. And, it both kind of strengthen each other. And I don't know, I just think it'll make me more kind and compassionate towards others, given that fact. This is a very new kind of idea that I've thought of, and, I know it's a very powerful one for me, and I know, at least I believe that it can have a lot of power for people, hence why I'm talking about it now. But I haven't, it's in a weird way, I haven't yet, I can't even begin to imagine the full impact of it, for my life alone. So, I can't necessarily talk about it from that perspective. I just can feel that it feels good. It feels right. And so I wanted to share that with you and encourage you to kind of adapt this into your own practice. Whether it's meditation, journaling, think about, okay, the poor lives that have been lost, and, and then think about how grateful your life is because of it. Just the fact that you made it through another day really is fantastic. So yeah, that's what I'm encouraging you to do. If you have any questions, please ask, whether down below or hit me up on social media. And also, please, Whether now, as soon as you finish this episode, or months down the line, please let me know what you think of this exercise, and especially if you start applying it, what are the things that you're feeling, sensing? How's it altered you? I'm very curious, right? So please do that. It would mean a lot to me. And I think it would mean a lot to other people as well for you to share that experience. If you feel like someone in your life could benefit from this episode, please by all means share it with them. I certainly would appreciate it. And if you enjoy this lesson, well, I do pretty much a lesson every single day. So if you're not subscribed yet already, I encourage you to do so. That way you get all the various episodes that I put out when I put them out. Anyway, I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you. I appreciate you truly. And I'll see you next time.